prior to the 1940s, retirement was an event. You retired and generally you died. In Florida, retirement is a season. It can now mean 30, 35 years after you quit work. One of the great stories of modern Florida is how the state has been transformed as a kind of paradise for senior citizens. And as late as 1950, Florida was actually younger than the rest of America. But if you had traveled to Florida in the 30s or 40s, you would have seen the portents of the future in Miami Beach and in St. Petersburg. In Miami Beach, you would have heard strange accents, Eastern Central European accents, people speaking Yiddish, and these were elderly Jews from New York who had kind of created a Lower East Side on Miami Beach. In St. Petersburg, you had large clusters of senior citizens from the Midwest. But for the most part, nowhere in the world did you have large clusters of seniors living together, for the very obvious reasons that seniors weren't living that long. Old age is relative. That is, in 1900, being 45 years old was old. So what had to happen in Florida, what had to happen to create a retiree's paradise was a number of factors. First and most obvious, people had to live longer. And the 20th century is a series of medical revolutions. Penicillin, blood plasma, statin drugs, hip replacements, sulfa drugs. People live longer. Now one can reasonably expect to live till 85. But living longer did not necessarily mean people wanted to move from Duluth to Florida. You had to be sold on the idea that Florida is a special place. So it's rather improbable, by the way, that imagine that Americans would want to leave their family, their church, their ethnic groups behind and move to a retirement community in Florida. In fact, the word retirement community would have meant nothing in 1950. What's a retirement community? But in fact, it became a way of life, a symbol of modern Florida.